going on? It seems like it's always a problem. Me trying to go live. Thanks for hanging in there. As I was stating in my um, first live, I've tried to go live. Even get the information out. I don't know. I don't know what is the problem. It's just really, really crazy right now. Hold on one second. Hey, how y'all doing? Thanks, Nitra. This live stuff. I'm just gonna have to start uploading the videos instead because I can't go live. Hey, Mia, how you doing, baby? Just one second. Yeah, barely. I don't know what's the problem with the going lives for some reason. I can't do it. It's just very, very odd. Thank you, 18 back in the room, 10 thumbs up. I know live. I can't get my words together. No super chats, please, during the lives. If you want to donate to the channel, please feel free to at $ BNG129. No super chats during the live. Thanks a lot. I got 24 in the room, 13 thumbs up. I don't know what's going on with anything going on right now. I've lost my train of thought. What I'm supposed to be doing. Hold on one second. I want to check something. Make sure everything is up and running. Wi-Fi. Hold on one second. 1 minute in. 28 in the room, 15 thumbs up. Thank you so much for rejoining the queen. I'm just checking and verifying everything. This is just like a nightmare, dear God. I just don't understand what's going on. Hello, Carolyn. Hello, Nitra, Trina, Layla, Dime a Dozen. Thank you so much. Thank you, honey. Thank you so much. I don't know, Layla, what it is. I think it's the device I've got is just stupid. I just wanted to verify my Wi-Fi, make sure it was connected. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I'm not going to stay long because I can't seem to get my bearings and get everything together pertaining to this. Hey, Marshall. J Bond, thank you. Thank you all for joining me. As I was stating, the Queen Surreal, if you go over to her channel, she is the cousin of one of the she's a biological cousin of one of the children. I don't know which baby daddy she's related to, but thank you, Layla. I appreciate that. She's a cousin of one of the children's biological fathers. She didn't state in that video whom she was, but nonetheless, she says she's related, so I'm just going to believe that. When you go to her channel, between the minutes of 32 to 35 minutes into the video, you will hear her talking about the bio mother going to the door and Trezell having the waistband with the knives around it, and I guess she asked him about why did you have that on, and he said something to the fact that he was allegedly he's trying to protect himself. I find that odd only because the case had just jumped off not even 24 hours, let's say. So why would you need protection? Who's bothering you? You're only talking about reporting your child missing on a Monday. If this is the same day that she approached him, or even if it's just a couple days in, I'm not really for sure. I just find that odd. Well, it's got to be the next day because she said he had that on when he came to the door, the knives on the waistband. But then later, when it's time to do the interview, he had on a different outfit, which you all saw what he had on during that. Hey, Cherie, what he had on during the interview, the black shirt and the mask and everything. So one would have to wonder if this guy's just kooky, weird acting, just some crazy acting behavior, I'm sure. And as you see when you watch the AV Watchman videos of he and the father walking through the street, walking the dog, very odd behavior, as I call it, Taliban behavior. You're walking all geared up like you're getting ready to go to war, when hell, I know it's not even that damn cold in California, and I ain't even there. And I'm just guesstimating. I doubt that it was that, you know what I'm saying, that cold to where you're all geared up. I just think it's really weird. Thank you, Helen. Thank you. But anyway, before I go into any other comments or stuff that you've been seeing on YouTube pertaining to these crackpots, that cousin says in her live that 4 children came out the van, to the van, the day CPS took the children out of the house. And we are to believe that there are a total of 6 children that were in their possession. So, J Bond, thank you. If 6 children were in their possession, allegedly, no matter how you want to word it, then who's the little girl that the cousin saw getting into the van with CPS? Because the chief tells us that 4 children were taken from the house. So as I ponder that and what I had heard last week about a little girl, somebody having hair swinging, so I started thinking, well, damn, did one of the boys grow their hair out? Was there another boy that had longer hair? Because, some boys do wear their hair long. Some parents do allow their children, to grow their hair out, their boy children, to grow their hair out. So I was pondering that last week. So then I come across this video from Queen Surreal, who is a biological cousin of one of the children, of one of the missing boys. Between the minutes of 32 and 35 minutes in that video, you will hear commentary about the knives he had around his waist when the biological mother allegedly went to the door, I guess, to get information about her children. And then the next commentary is about her seeing a little girl. She said she saw the 2 boys, she saw a girl, but she didn't see the 4th child. But she knows it was 4 children. So what I'm saying to you all is, hey, Marie, who the hell is the little girl? Is she a new foster child and or adoptive child? And where's the other boy? Where is the other boy? Because now, if we are to count the 4 heads that she said she saw get in the CPS van on the day the CPS came and seized the children, then now you're talking about 5 kids. You understand what I'm saying? So we're now talking about 5 children. So now we're talking about a total of 7 children. You understand what I'm saying? Are we talking about now 7 children? She's the grandparent's adoptive daughter, huh? Well, Marie, I don't know. Marie, I'm just asking a question. I'm just throwing out who the child was. That still doesn't matter if it was the adoptive daughter's coming out, going into the CPS van. Where is the other boy then? Do you have the answer to that? I'm just asking. I tell you all don't listen when I'm talking. You can say she's Pookie's daughter, Boo Boo the Clown's daughter. That still means a boy's missing. Jesus. I don't know why I do these lives. I swear. Nitra, I'm drowning. See, the problem with everybody is, and I keep saying this to all of you, thank you, pay attention. You don't know these people. You don't know who is who. I don't care what they're putting on YouTube. It doesn't matter. You don't know who is who. I've always said that to you all, that if you've got 2 missing and 2 were allegedly adopted, now we're hearing they're not adopted. How the hell you know that what's in CPS custody right now, hell, is somebody else's fucking kids? Because you don't have a visual to prove who CPS took out of that house. There were 4 boys. Yeah, that's what's been said originally. 4 children were left in their custody. But the cousin is saying, if you go to her YouTube channel, Queen Surreal, it comes out of her mouth. It came out of her mouth. So if I'm to believe what she said she saw the day CPS was there, then I have to ask myself with common sense, where's the other boy? I mean, you can dance around the subject all day of who the little girl is. Yeah, to me, that's still a big question, who she is. And I can't go on record to say, oh, that's the grandmother's adoptive kid, or that's Susie Mae's adoptive kid. How the hell would I know which child is which? Why you think the neighbors could never tell the authorities who the children were? Because they never saw the kids. So they couldn't verbatim say, oh yeah, the two kids you've got missing, yeah, I know them. They played with my kids, and yeah, he had a limp or fractured leg or was in a wheelchair, because nobody saw them. And so each little day, there's a little sprinkle of salt coming out pertaining to these crazy people, and you don't know what to believe because you don't know them. I mean, it was a shocker when it was told that they had older children that they fostered and allegedly sent back. And that was from an old neighbor testifying, hey, they were sneaking out doing this, woo, woo, woo. You don't know how many children have gone in their custody. You don't probably know how many have been actually legally adopted. That's why I think CPS needs to give a statement. I did say there would be no way we would know. CPS needs to give a statement pertaining to how many children they fostered and how many children they adopted, and correlate them with the names of the children that CPS took out that house. Because if this is going where I think it's going, that means there's another boy missing. So now we're talking about 3 boys missing. Now, unless one was in the bathroom and the cousin didn't see him get on the van, I don't know. But I'm just saying, this is weird and kooky, all this nonsense. And the children they gave back. Gave back to whom? I don't know what you're saying, Marie. Layla says it's very weird, Queen. Hottie Stuff says it was also put on the gave back 2 boys to the state. Well, that's what those are the ones I'm talking about in the beginning. The older ones. That's what I'm speaking of right now. The older ones who were sneaking out smoking. I'm only assuming they're older because they were smoking marijuana. That's the point I'm trying to make. But that's don't have nothing to do with the girl being taken out of the house and minus a boy. Right. In the beginning, whomever. See, that's the whole point I'm trying to make is you do not know how many children they had in their possession. You do not know if the children were adopted or not. Because what we thought in the beginning is now being contradicted, that the 2 that allegedly were adopted with the other 2 that's missing that's adopted, now they're saying that they're foster children. That's what the chief is saying. So now what are we to believe? That the chief don't damn know who's adopted and who ain't? So you mean to tell me the chief never talked to CPS in the past 4 weeks to verify who is actually adopted, who's actually a foster child? You see, there's something stinky with these people. And there's something else I'm going to say to you. Since nobody has even said anything about that video Miss Surreal did, the cousin. Nobody's really even talked about what she said in her video. I haven't heard one YouTuber even really correlate what she said in her video about the girl and the 3 boys, which leads you to believe there's one missing. How do you know that all these children that's been coming in their possession, let's say they're older ones, who's to say they never told CPS they ran away? If you get my drift. They ran away. You see, because you don't know these people. And if we are to believe that they are cold and calculating as they are making themselves out to be, perhaps it could be children trafficking, sex trafficking, whatever word you want to use. And who's to say that they got some kids in their custody, and then went back and told CPS The children ran away. See, nobody thought about that because we don't know them. And I only say that now because of what the cousin said. She saw the day the 4 children came out, but she mentioned a girl. So that throws me off to say, well, wait a minute. There's only supposed to be 4 boys in the household. So why would there be a girl being escorted out? And of course it could be she was a relative visiting. Another adoptive child through the grandmother, woo, woo, woo. But that's not how your mind wanders. Because if you don't know anything about that, you're not going to think that. Well, Tina, that's how it's looking. Yes. Nobody's verifying anything. Because one, we don't know where the 2 children are. So now we get the cousin talking and testifying on YouTube about 3 kids, 3 boy children and a girl. So now we have to ask ourselves, who's the girl? Is she a foster child or a visiting relative? And where is the other boy? If we are to believe Queen Surreal. All this madness is ridiculous to me. What the hell is going on with these people and this fostering the children? I see, to me now, this is a grand hustle. This has been a hustle for these people to hustle children for profit. And when you have a mindset like that, you can do anything to those kids. It was interesting when she was reading back to her chat that the children were homeschooled, which I had thought I had heard that before. So then I started thinking, that's a very good way to avoid the world. A good way to avoid CPS meddling, to avoid the school meddling, to avoid others meddling. Because now you don't have to ever take your children to the doctor. You can break an arm, you can break a leg, you can hurt them, violate them, and get them missing. And who's going to say anything if there's nobody coming around to inquire about the children? So guess what? Adopting the children is really a surefire way to do as you see fit with the kids. Now, it has been stated that California pays a stipend even for adoptive children. So as I told you before, I could see the state still coming around to some degree perhaps because they're still giving you money for the children. I don't know because I haven't spoken to a social worker to verify that. But we have to wonder now with this 3 little boy, 1 girl syndrome, who's the little girl? Is she a relative or is she a foster child? And where is the other boy? Are we now talking about 3 missing children? Off the grid adopting, homeschooling children. That's the whole point. They knew exactly what they wanted to do. This has always been an elaborate plan from day one. Somebody put in their ear, go foster children to make extra money. You won't have to work, woo, woo, woo. Somehow they slipped by through the state, got approved. I don't really know. I was hearing some mess about Giselle maybe not being involved in the paperwork. I don't really know because all this hearsay. It's still odd. Because now we have to ask ourselves, did Jacqueline foster and adopt the children on her own? Was her name the only name on the paperwork? Or was Giselle's name also on the paperwork? Well, Nitra, I think the whole family is involved. Because when it was noted that her mom had adopted children, first thing I thought was, yeah, they're all in this together. One person put a bird on somebody's shoulder and said, hey, I got to wait for you to make some extra money. You can foster children. So then somebody else jumped in. Well, that does, Cherie. And then somebody else jumped on. Hey, I know how you can make extra money. You can go get a kid and foster a kid. So now it's a ripple effect. Everybody is in fucking California, excuse my language, fostering kids as a hustle. And it's ridiculous. And this reminds me of the case I just brought you this week with baby Victoria in South Carolina. That's the same thing I think her adoptive mother and father were doing. Why would a woman quit her job as a school teacher to adopt 3 kids? Well, how are you going to feed them? So you're just going to rely on the state for medical, food? What? Why would you quit your job as a school teacher to adopt kids? Now one of them's dead. And now the other two are back in foster care. So that case mimics this one to me. These people are out here fostering children, adopting kids, and then once they get the kids, they're doing whatever the hell they want with them. This is ridiculous to me. Thanks for joining me. 110 in the room, 44 thumbs up. Thank you. No super chats in the live, please. Thank you so much. Hey, Raven, how you doing? Hello, Lori, how you doing? This is sad to me. Amy says it's unreal. Marshall says speak the truth. Lori says yes, you said grand hustle, 100%. Nitra, 100. This is sad. You have to have an income to foster kids. Well, howdy stuff, that's what I was thinking. But I think that's what they're doing. They're doing like what this Teletubby did in South Carolina. She went up to the table as a school teacher. Oh, yes, we got to give the kids to a school teacher. And then once she started accumulating the babies, she said, hell, I'm going to lay back. Me and my little fat husband, we going to lay back and get one of the little checks we getting. I'm going to quit my job as a school teacher. Now she done beat this baby, her and her ugly ass husband, done beat that baby down. And now Miss Victoria Rose is with the Angels. And this is shameful that these people are going into this CPS circle, Ferris wheel, getting these kids, you know, like you going to Walmart, picking out your little doll, little Ken Barbie doll off the shelf. Oh, I like that one. I did that one. Bring it home. Do it how you want. Throw it in the toy chest. Go pick up you another toy. Because that's what we did as children when we had toys. We played with them for a little while. But then when we got tired of them, we cut their little hair off, twist their little heads off if we wanted to, twist their little arms off. Yeah, Queen keeping it 100. Throw the kid in the toy chest. Let's go get us another one. Oh, he's so cute. She's so pretty. Then get him home. Out comes Freddy Krueger and Lizzie Borden. You can only imagine what these children have endured fooling with these people. Well, Marie, we already know they're probably still going around children. That's obvious. And, you know, just like somebody making a comment about no more foster care, there's no such thing. There's going to always be foster care because there's always going to be somebody who don't treat their child right. Somebody may lose a parent or mother and they don't have any other relatives or friends that can take the child in, so then the state has to step in. The state is going to always be around whether you like them or not. So that's a foolish thing to say. We don't need to let the state get the kids no more. Well, where the hell are they going to go? Somebody's got to take them. If you change the name of the agency, it's still people bringing in strange children, putting them in with strange people. It's not going to matter how you name it, how you word it. It's just going to be a messed up situation because you're taking little strange people and putting them with big strange people. And then you've got other strange people orchestrating the paperwork and the hustle and the bustle of the shuffling of this and that. Then you've got a judge involved. He's a stranger. It's just a big ass mess. Well, Video Champ, that's the reason why people should love them if they can. And that's what's sad. Yes, Lila. One bad situation to the next. And that's what's bad about the situation is the revolving door of one child to the next place, to the next place, to the next place. And then we hear the horrific stories such as with Miss Victoria Rose. You left one place. I don't know her situation. But then she ends up with these people. And now she is deceased. Brutally beaten by her adoptive mother. And what's sickening to me is this lady was on a food show won the contest, talked about God. Thank God I got this money to help with my 3 adopted babies. Now we're minus a baby. You've killed this little girl that you adopted. But yet back in the summer, you're all on the news station telling, hallelujah, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. I won $25,000. I won the contest. I need this money to take care of my adoptive children. Oh, but you failed to realize, you failed to tell the public you's a psychopath and a dirty booger. And you had the propensity to murder. And now there's a little bitty fragile child in a grave because you and your husband beat her to death. So as I say, who is the little girl that walked out to that van with the other 3 children? And are we now saying that there is another child missing from the bunch? These are some weird people. When I watched the video yesterday with Trezell and the father walking down the streets and Mr. A.V. Watchman's talking to them outside of the car, I was so mortified and sick to my stomach because I said to myself while I was watching that, there's something wrong with these people. I knew in my heart and my spirit there was something wrong with these people. I knew something was wrong with the father stopping in the middle of the road, turning around, looking in the other direction. Then he'd swivel back around. Then he'd keep going. Then Trezell would look over at A.V. Watchman. I saw him watching him, looking out through them shades. And the first thing I said was, yeah, y'all have met Satan. Satan spawn. Because something's not right with these two. Something's not right with that house. Something's not right with that wifey. Something's not right with these people. And the fact that these people are not rallying for these children, they're not going out saying, hey, where are my babies? Help me find my babies. You're letting the world know you never cared. And each day we get a little bit of salt pertaining to these people, and it doesn't look good. It looks quite sickening. They've done something to those kids. And I won't doubt that they could have done something to some other children. We don't know because CPS has yet to come to us and tell us that something has transpired, possibly with other children. How would we know? Because nobody's talking to say, oh, they had a total of 16 kids in their custody before these 2 went missing. Or they had a total of 10 come in and out of their house since the 2 went missing. We don't know anything. We don't even know what they did to the kids. And a lot of you have been talking in the chat and people's pages trying to figure out who killed whom. One of you think Trezell is the ringleader. Another one thinks it's Jacqueline. Well, as I told one commenter today, they're both complicit. It doesn't matter who brought the hammer down. They both rode the ride. They're both guilty in my book. It doesn't matter. I wouldn't take a dog around them. And I wouldn't take my adoptive children around them. And I wouldn't take my small children around them. I would never take any child around somebody who has lost 2 children off the face of this earth. There's no way. And as I have said to you, somebody close to them knows what happened to the children, because the fact that Trezell speaks to his mother and father and is living in their house, if it is true that they own that house where he's been spotted, then they know something is suspect with him and his behavior and those children and Jacqueline as well. So they are also a party to it, and they can song and dance all they want, acting like they don't know anything. You know something ain't right. You don't see those 2 kids, so you know something. Now, you may not know exactly what they did with them, But you have known that the children have been missing for a while. And we do not know how long the children have been gone. But they know the children have been gone. And that's the crazy thing about all of this. All of this. And as I state, somebody knows something about these people that's pivotal. It's just a matter of if they've told the FBI. You may not hear them tell somebody on YouTube or Facebook, but I'm praying that somebody's told the FBI something pertinent about these people. To say, yeah, I've noticed this, I've seen this, I witnessed this. And let me say this too. No matter how you feel about Jacqueline and Trezell, whether you are on their team or not, they don't owe you an explanation about what happened to the boys. I know that may come as a shock to some of you, but they don't owe you anything. Doesn't matter that you want to know what they did with the children. They don't have to tell you, because you know what they're saying to themselves? Who are you to be asking me what I did with my kids? Who are you? So you can stomp and rant and rave and cuss and fuss. They don't care. They do not care. They have never cared. That's why you don't see them visible talking about the children. And you're not going to hear them talk about the children. And so one would have to ask themselves, what are they saying around their family? I thought about that when I saw him walking down the street with that stick. And the father had the stick and they're walking the dog. And I'm saying to myself, what the hell are these people talking about? What are you all talking about? When you shut the door to that house, what are you saying to one another? Did your mother ask you, Trezell, where are the children? Well, what did you tell them? Jacqueline, well, what did you tell your mom? Did she ask you? Did she ever ask you, where are your kids? Did your sister ever ask you, well, where are the children? I haven't seen the children in a long time. Or did you send them back to the state? Did you send your kids back to the state? Did you send your kids back to the state? They probably stick together no matter what. Yes, Lila. I wonder if they have blood running in their veins for venom. They probably lying to their relatives. Nitra, the only people that they will be lying to are people who live far off. But the immediate family, such as the mother and father and her mama, they know those kids have been gone. There's nobody can make me believe any different. They may not know what they did to them, but they know they haven't seen the kids. They haven't seen those kids. I don't think those are sticks. I think they're swords disguised as sticks, okay? This is just a weird story to me. And I'm glad I watched that cousin's video, because it's really got me thinking now that maybe it's really some really sick stuff going on with these people. 143 in a row, 69 thumbs up. Something is sinister going on with these people. Something is sinister going on with their family. Because I think their family is also children hoarders, foster hustlers, however you want to word it. They're not willing to go out here and work and, as I say, pick up cans, find a field that's rewarding to earn income. So they say, well, we'll just go pick up some kids, let them stay in our house. Hell, they probably barely feed them. Well, it's on, her video is on YouTube, Queen Surreal. This is where I'm bringing my information for this said upload tonight. Thank you, Nitra. I don't know what's going to happen pertaining to these kids. I do believe arrest is coming soon. I do believe these two are complicit in the disappearance of the children. I think they have done away with the children. And as I stated, it would be nice to know that they are alive. But as they say, when the time goes by and by and by, we're now 4 weeks in, 5 weeks coming up. You can use your common sense to say, they're possibly not alive. Some of you are wondering why they waited that day, December 21st, to come up with this missing person scheme. The variables are so many. Possibly it was somebody was coming to town. Somebody was coming to visit. Perhaps they were going to take a trip out of town and they were going to be -2. And how were they going to explain why they had 2 missing children that were legally adopted? So now you got to explain to somebody what you did with 2 kids that you legally adopted. Now, if they were your foster children, you could easily say, well, we sent them back. Things weren't working out, or things worked out with their biological parents, so we sent them back. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can make up something. Even if you know you hurt them, harmed them, killed them, whatever, sold them, whatever. You can make up something. Oh, well, things worked out with their foster parents, or the grandmother was able to get approved to get the kids back. Who's going to question it? Who's going to question it? Nobody. But if you adopted them and they're missing, what lie are you going to spin to say where the children are? Very, very sickening, baffling. All this is going on. Okay, so many rumors are running amok with these people on YouTube. Another rumor, I do not know if it's true. I was trying to get verification today, but there's so many videos to go through on YouTube pertaining to these people. It takes hours to just go through all the videos trying to come up with a source so as that I'm not just repeating he said, she said. But in the end, that is what I'm doing, is repeating he said, she said. So I don't know who has this information pertaining to the mother putting out that Jacqueline couldn't take a bath at her house, a shower at her house. Well, let's ask ourselves this, because I've already said this to you all 1,000 times. First of all, they don't have any business staying in anyone's house over there at that apartment complex. I don't care who's running it. I don't care who's related to them. Still wrong. But then the flip side of that is, well, they haven't been arrested for anything, so that's not fair to say they can't visit their mother or their cousin or their sister. This is true. This is true. So if this is true that the mother has been ranting and raving that Jacqueline can't take a shower at her house because somebody sold her out and told that Jacqueline's been staying there, one would have to ask themselves, well, where were you staying to where you need to come over here to take a shower? Are you homeless? Jacqueline, honey, help us understand. If I'm to believe this rumor that's true that you all have been putting out, because as I said, I don't have no receipt, and I prefer a receipt, why would I need to go to my mother's house to take a shower? Somebody help me understand. Why would I need to go? Hi, Joelle, how you doing? Why would I need to go from point A, where there should be a warm bed, heat, air conditioning, front door, couch, refrigerator, stove? You see where I'm going. Why would I go from point A to point B to need a shower? So where has Jacqueline been staying? And another thing you all haven't thought about, because nobody's mentioned it, I told you the queen chops up everything. I don't leave a stone unturned. Why aren't you with your husband, Trezell West? I'll wait. I tell y'all, stay woke. Hello, everybody. Where has Jacqueline been staying? Because if we are to believe Trezell is staying with his parents, if that is indeed his parents' home, Are we now talking about Splitsville? I wanted to do a video just on that title alone. AV peeped in the van, someone has been sleeping in it. And Hottie Stuff, thank you for mentioning it. That's what I was wanting to say to myself after watching that footage from his channel. Is it perhaps that one of you have been sleeping in the van? So let's go there. If one of you is sleeping in the van, then who might that be? And why would you be sleeping in a van when there's a house right there with all that dirt? Yeah, no grass. I said it. Yeah, 2 lovebirds. Why would anyone need to go to one other location to take a shower? Only homeless people go to different addresses to bathe. Because if I'm sleeping at your house tonight, I should be able to take a shower in your house. Unless you don't have running water. Tina, stop it. I'm just saying. The more these people bring information out about these crazy people, the crazier this story gets. I mean, every day I watch YouTube, and I can't be more amazed at these 2 buffoons. They are buffoons to me. Of a sword in a case. Why are you saying that, a sword? Jesus Christ. Sounds like her family are coming down harder. Well, I don't know. But you have to say to yourself, if you're going to let Trezell stay in the house, why can't his wife stay there? I tell y'all to stay woke. Y'all too busy watching all that other stuff going on outside the house. What's in the yard, what ain't in the yard. You ain't put together why. Where's the wife? Is she staying there too? Y'all looking at dogs and all that old type of stuff. Well, where's the wife? Where is your better half? Clyde, where is Bonnie? Shut your mouth. She's been missing since that interview. Well, something's messed up, jacked up all the way around with these people. They're trying to separate the wife from the husband. Who are they? She turned into the dog. Okay, Rebecca. Yeah, better half. They don't know if she's there. Well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing about these people. They're like ghosts. You don't know what to believe. You have to literally, yes, sit outside and wait to see who comes out of a door, apartment. You just never know. Who's staying with whom, why. But you have to ask yourself, why would a husband and wife stay in separate locations if indeed that's what's going on? You two are supposed to be joined at the hip. You were joined at the hip when you got rid of those damn kids. Now we must separate. Sounds like a very sad love song to me. She probably showering at her mom's because his parents ain't got no water. Well, so that means Trezell and his mom and daddy don't have water, then that means they're not bathing. Right, for better or for worse. Remember the neighbor told him that wasn't the brother. Well, like I said, Trezell walked down the street. He walked in that house, locked that chain fence, which I don't understand why anybody locks a fence either. That's why you know these people are up to no good. Who locks a chain fence from the inside? You ain't got nothing in there nobody wants. What you got in there? Because if I was to walk by your house and I saw that house, I sure as hell wouldn't be thinking, hey, this looks like a great place to go rob. Come on, homeboy, homegirl. Let's go break into this house with the dogs running amok in the yard with no grass. Yeah, this is like a place I just want to break in. I just found that weird. He's locking the fence. And I thought, what is going on with these people? You got that shack thing in the back, the homemade shack. I don't know what that thing is. Okay, under the papa old couch. Y'all so sick. But this is just a weird story. But this is what I have said to you all so many times. When you start chopping up stuff, you start hearing stuff about these people and these storylines, you realize they're chaotic. And see, chaos breeds chaos. If you've ever been around people, and I've said this, people that stay in the street, people that's always got drama going on, and let me clarify when I say street people, anybody with a bunch of junk going on to me is a street person. That's just how I view people. You always got stuff going on. You always got trauma going on. You're a scream queen. Hey, you are just a Lifetime movie waiting to happen. And that's what these people are. And as I always said, if you never heard the 2 children were missing from these 2 buffoons, it would still be something else going on with them. It just so happened you got some people on the ground willing to go follow them around and look at them and show you a little piece of what they got going on, which don't look good. These people are problematic. And usually problematic people have problems, like big problems. That's why you have 2 children missing, because they weren't living right in the first place, because they derived the children for facetious reasons. They don't care anything about themselves. Hell, they care about them kids. And as I told you in my video earlier, you always find people who stay in a lot of trauma and drama with kids, they always have pets. Why is that? Why are these places with abuse and neglect and murder of children, they always have dogs? Have you ever noticed that? I had that said, heard that about Tennessee. That when they go to the house of a meth dealer, they never could understand why there was always dogs on the property when they went to do a raid on a house, and there were also children involved. The authorities say they could never understand why these people have dogs and children. It's interesting. But you walking that dog down the street like he's the king. So let me say, you obviously revere a dog more than a human. Well, you know, there are people who treat pets better than humans. I've heard a lot of people talk about their pets like they're humans. You know, and some people treat their animals like their kids. That's my baby. I don't have no children. That's my baby. And they would jump through fire over a dog versus a human. You have people like that. But that's the said information. That's what my thoughts were tonight. When I watched that lady's video, I'm very curious to what's really going on pertaining to the children. And if we're also now talking about more children, could it be that there's another child out there missing? Because we were to believe that there were 6 total children. That girl only saw 4 going into the van, CPS van, but 1 was a girl. So where is the other boy? If you would like to call in and give your commentary pertaining to the subject matter at hand, you can go to IG and dial me up at BigSexy71. I'm willing to hear what you have to say and let the chat hear your voice and your commentary tonight. Well, most homeowners got dogs, but they ain't got no children missing. Just saying. I'm just saying. I want to thank you all for the 172 in the room, 88 thumbs up. God bless all of you. This is some baffling stuff going on. Special guests on your live videos. What you mean a special guest? Did she say it's a younger or older foster boy? One was taller and weren't they brothers? I love hearing you. Thank you, Jessica. You see that you mentioned. What video did you see? Surreal. Queen Surreal is the one who's bringing the information that I'm bringing to you tonight. Well, Pretty K, you're right. They never existed. That's the whole point. They were just a means to an end. I think these people were the type, they didn't mind getting a child gone and still collect whatever benefits they could collect from the state for these children. That's how it's looking to me. That, well, we'll just get the money, doesn't matter, but something happened and jumped off to where they had to report the kids missing. And as I state, everybody's been racking their head on social media trying to figure out what that said reason is. I don't know. But it was something. I don't know if it was the state coming knocking, somebody been nosy poking in their business, if somebody's called CPS to say they haven't noticed children, you know what I'm saying, more children missing or whatever. I don't know. Or was it because it was the holidays and they had family coming around, and they were going to visit family and they didn't have the two children? Could be anything. Guess like detectives or people from CPS example. No. Why? So y'all can show out the way y'all showed out last night? They wouldn't stand a chance up here. They wouldn't stand a chance. No, I haven't found anybody. Somebody mentioned something yesterday in the chat. Was really Jackie's mom because the van has lashes and headlights. The van Loma's apartments. I don't know. So you're trying to say the van that pulled up? Yeah, but we're just hearing about the eyelash van. I think that girl would know a government van from a personal van, because a personal van is not going to look like a state van. The state van is going to have the seal of the state on it. It'll have the California seal on it. I would hope. Don't get me the line, but I would hope that van had the California seal, and that was an actual worker. And I know the police wouldn't allow any old body to come get those kids. Oh, the eyelash mobile belongs to Jacqueline. Well, that's fine. I mean, to each his own. I don't really understand the purpose of a caravan when you don't have any children. But I'm not Jacqueline. Old van parked out, grandparents. Okay, well, I don't get into all this talk about the vans and stuff because it's, well, what is really the point? I mean, eyelashes, and the point is, one would wonder where they're living. Where they staying? Because I don't think they're together. I don't think they're together. And as I stated, I couldn't understand why anybody would go back to their old haunt. People have been talking about you on social media, so why would you go back to the apartment where you came from allegedly? I just couldn't see going back there. Have any children's toys in the grandparents' yard either. Well, Christy, my thing is that's somebody else's house. So if there aren't any small children staying at the grandparents' house, they wouldn't have toys back there. You understand what I'm saying? If they don't have children that they're keeping or staying there all the time, she could be in her van. Well, Marie, you're right. She could be in her van. That's a good thing. Perhaps that's what's going on. But once again, that's why I said the story and the plot thickens, because one minute you all are saying, oh, she's staying over there with her mom. Oh, they're back over there at the old apartment. But then you're hearing rumors about the mother crying and moaning that somebody went and snitched them out and she can't take a bath. So why is it I can't take a bath if I'm staying with you? That doesn't make any sense. The girl is there. What girl? Hottie says, believe they're together. They may be. Maybe it's just we didn't see her out taking a nice stroll with Trezell and his father when they were walking the dog. Jacqueline decided she didn't want to take a stroll down the street. Well, we know she wasn't there because we didn't see the van with the eyelashes, if we're to believe that's her girl. I don't know what you're saying, the little girl. What about the little girl? Ooh, Lord, y'all in the one-liners. I can't understand. That's why I don't believe everything I hear. Show me proof. Pretty K, I'm always about that. The gossip just goes on and on. He said, she said, eyelash vans, they're staying here. Now you're hearing somebody talk about, oh, she can't take a shower, which that defutes the rumor that she stays there, because if I stay with you, I don't need, why would you be upset about me not taking a shower? The grandparents. What are you saying? The little girl stays with the grandparents? I don't understand. You got to talk in a complete sentence for the queen. Okay, Pretty K says she's staying in the shed. Marie, I don't know what you're saying. What little girl are you talking about? The little girl who allegedly left the house the night when they took the children and put them in the CPS van? I don't understand. I don't know about the eyelash van. Well, I don't understand where you're coming from. This is why I don't like reading text messages. People who know the queen know, don't text me ever. Denise, I tell people who fool, anybody that fools with me know how I am. You want to get me to be numb? Start texting me and see what you get from me. I don't do text messages. A lot of you all are into that shit, that texting folks. I don't care for a text message, because if you're not going to break that damn sentence up with a period and an exclamation point, I don't know what you're talking about. And when people text, they just throw stuff out and don't make no sense. Now I'm supposed to try to figure out what you're saying and wait for you to respond. The little girl is at the grandparents' house with all the dogs. Well, how you know that, Marie? Well, since y'all know so much about the little girl, where the hell was the little boy at? I'm going to say it again. If we are to believe the girl, who was the biological cousin of one of the children, she saw 4 children get into a van, and there were only 4. 3 were boys. 1 was a girl. Where was the other boy? There was no boy. So then what are you saying? It was 4 girls? I tell you, some of y'all, if somebody just told you the airplane landed in the middle of a fucking playground, some of you believe it. Yeah, they said the airplane landed down on top of the swing set. Oh man. I can't believe all this stuff. Shit don't make no sense. 2 foster boys that were brothers. There are pictures of them. Well, let me tell you something. Okay, we know 4 kids, but what we're saying is, for those of you who are ear hustling into this conversation, an eyewitness is saying they only saw allegedly 3 boys and a girl leave the house that night when the van took the children, whatever, CPS. So one will have to ask themselves, if this eyewitness said, maybe they took him home. Home where? Hit the like button. Shit. He ain't got no home. What you mean? Ooh, Lord have mercy. 185 in the room, 101 thumbs up. Thank you. I can't get the likes of the thumbs up versus how many people in here eavesdropping. Where y'all getting these theories from? I don't know where they're coming from, Pretty K. Look, I done brought them a source, and they can go over there to her channel, and they can argue with her and say, well, ma'am, they said this. They said it got 5 cats, 2 cats, 3 dogs. So now I got to say she lying about what she saw that night. It was a day ago. Marie, I'm not talking about a day ago. Damn. I'm talking about the night the state took the kids out of the house. Y'all all over on 35th Street. I'm on 10th Street. Tina said, that's what I'm saying. The only place I could have taken. Well, when you say back home, that don't sound good, because I sure wouldn't call a foster home home. But you understand what I'm saying? I'm not about to make this chick out to be a liar. If she said she saw 3 children, 3 boys with 1 girl, that's what the hell she meant. Okay, the 19th. So, Chris, you saying on the 19th, a little girl was seen in the video? Yeah, ain't you calm down. Ain't that the truth? Golly. I mean, Helen, you can't get a break with these people. I don't know that one haven't been on the internet. Marie, you need to stay off YouTube then. That's the best advice I'm gonna give you. Can you post a link to the video you are referring to, please? Tessa, her name is Queen Surreal, Sorr. Sorry about that, buffering. Well, whatever, Marie. I don't have time to sit here and argue with you. I don't get up here to bicker about some bullshit going on in California. I think a lot of you are with that shit. I'm not, because I don't know these people. I just told you the source and her YouTube channel name. So if you have a problem with what I'm repeating, then you go over there. And you tell her, hell, you lied about what the hell you saw that night with the kids. Damn. I guess that was the purpose of her live, was to tell people what she saw and what she experienced pertaining to going over there to see about the children. I'm only referring my video to let you know what she said and my thoughts on what she said. Because I'm not there in California, once again. I don't live in California. I don't know these people. So I don't know who is what, who saw. I'm just saying, if I'm to believe what this lady has said, then possibly there's another child missing. I didn't know I have to just, break this down like this. Wow. Okay. I'm 1 hour in, 2 minutes. Thank you for holding on with the queen, following the queen. No super chats during the live, please. If you want to donate to my channel, it's $ Big Angie 129 through the Cash App. Thank you so much. Chris, I understand that. And that's what I've been trying to say. You don't know what to believe because now you just get a little bit of salt here and there pertaining to these people you don't know. The West or Jackie Mom's home. I'm talking about the night the children were taken from the West house when the police was doing their search and seizure. I'm not talking about yesterday. I'm not talking about 5 days ago. I'm talking about when this first began. I'm questioning what the girl was saying in her live and saying, are we now talking about more children missing? That's the point I'm trying to make. Denise, you need not ask no questions. You need not ask no questions because it's like you talk. You need not even ask. Yes, Katina, that you very right. And I don't like being rude to people because, like I said, I don't get on here to argue and bicker about what I'm saying. I always tell you I bring a source. I brought you a source, and I tell you all this all the time. You don't like what I'm saying, then you can remove yourself from the chat. Don't comment. Don't do nothing. I brought you a source. You have a problem with the source, I just told you where to go to get what I'm saying. And you can argue on her channel about what she said. Damn. Well, Alexis, guess what? What they don't know, I got some rainbow sherbet waiting on me. Not this nonsense here. I don't have time for this. I just jumped on to give my peace of mind, what I was thinking about the video that I watched. I was bringing my commentary in a very diplomatic fashion, what I thought about what the young lady said in her video and what she described and saw and heard herself. I don't know what's truth and what is fiction. I'm just giving my commentary pertaining to what she said. Damn. Anybody would like to call into my IG account and give your commentary? If not, I will check out of here. Thank you. Thank you, Alexis. I appreciate it. Just bless you, so funny. Yeah, I got some rainbow sherbet. And some vodka, too. You need it after talking to y'all. Hell, it's a wonder I don't get drunk like Giselle. I'm serious. Somebody was to fool with y'all all day, they'd be in rehab. Day one. Y'all like to argue. I ain't never seen nothing like it. How you doing, Stacy C? It's my birthday. I need a drink. Well, mine is Friday. Thank you, Jesus. God is good. Vodka and rainbow sherbet. I'm not going to put the vodka with it, but I'm just saying. Goodness grief. Ooh, honey. I might try it. Now that I sit here and think about it, I might pour a little vodka on top of the sherbet. It seems like after I go live, jeez, wow. 2 minutes from being in rehab fooling with y'all. Grandma wears friend or neighbor, and she didn't have any kids over the holidays. Therefore, they had to have been at her mother's house. Okay. Drink one for my sister. Okay, Stacy. Thank you for the interesting conversation. Thank you, Chris. Maybe you should make yourself a drink. No, I don't need to make no drink on the live because I'm trying to stay a lady. So, no, I'm not going to drink on the live. 166 in the room. 108 thumbs up. Thank you for joining me. But like I said, I watched this young lady's video. She had a lot to say about, what transpired the day that she and the family went over to the AP's house when they filed the report that the children were missing. So this is her account of what transpired. A few things I've mentioned. I've only mentioned really 2 things out that from that video that she, uploaded to YouTube. So I just wanted to touch on some things that she said. Praying your blood pressure didn't go up and you slept well. Oh, be truthful. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I see that it's going to always be a malfunction with the lives. I've just already come to see that. So I tell myself either I'm going to do the lives or I'm just going to upload a video, talk into the phone, whatever, upload it. And I ain't got to hear all this slack and flack because it really is disruptive to trying to get the message across and acknowledge you all in the chat and, what you're saying. And it just throws me off with all this old extra stuff that's, unnecessary. You're welcome, Marsha. You're welcome, baby. But it's a lot to ponder on. I mean, I can tell you just from what I'm seeing, as you've seen on my community board, I'm just stunned. Hey, Flouncy, of all the stuff I'm seeing. I'm telling you, watching them today, walking with those sticks, and I just got this eerie feeling about him. And I just said to myself, this man is covered up all the way up to the top of his head. And I know it wasn't that cold in California. I refuse to believe it was that cold in California. It's like, what is it all about? It's like, to me, he wants attention. That's my opinion. That is my opinion. I just think he wants attention. That's what I think. Thank you, Nitra. I want to be appreciated. Thank you so much. It's not everybody wants to be appreciated sometime. I heard she has a mouth on her, very rude and only speaks Spanish. Yep, same here. Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what to believe about this little hot mama. And somebody's got some information out there pertaining to, allegedly, a video recording of her talking about child, you know what. So, I don't know if that's true or not. But what I found suspicious about that, and I didn't really want to go on live and mention that, but I'm going to go on and throw it out there too. I listened to that said commentary tonight before I got on. That's what was holding me up to go live. The person didn't bring a receipt as far as playing the recording. So once again, I'm the type, if you can't play the recording or have somebody deciphering it in English, then what is the point? And that's not to throw shade at anybody, but when you talk about certain things like that, people are going to want to hear at least the recording, even if they don't understand it's in Spanish. 2, they will want you to bring somebody after the recording to say, this is what the recording said. And I'm going to read back to you what this is in English. So there you have it. Because now people are going to wonder now, well, what was actually said in the recording? Police was at Giselle's mom's house. She was talking to the police. Oh, yeah, I saw that video. Yeah, he was very diplomatic, the police officer. He was real. Yeah, and that was interesting, too, in that video footage where he was talking to them and the cop was saying, what not to do with the bullhorns and this and that. And the mother came out, allegedly, I guess told him, it's no big deal about them being out there, which I found very odd because I can't see anybody wanting people to be outside their house Hell, maybe she just don't care. I don't know. She doesn't speak on her own Facebook. She doesn't speak on her own Facebook. What? What? What are you talking about? Clearly, she's law with the whole time. That was the reason they couldn't come out of the search. So when he had knives again, she doesn't speak on her Facebook. I saw on Giselle's Facebook under Jacqueline's photo. I I really wouldn't get wrapped up with none of those people. I'm just tell you the truth. Oh, okay, that's fine. I was just trying to read everything everybody was saying. And Denise talking about wants her Facebook. Just don't bother them folks. That's all I'm going to tell you. Just don't bother them. Just don't say nothing to them. Don't go in their inbox. Sometimes you got to know when to leave well enough alone. You know, like I said, everybody's grown. They do what they want. But I just think certain things, certain people, you can't say anything to them. You can't talk to them about anything. It's like it's pointless. Mother wants Giselle to appear as innocent as possible. Well, what does she care? She should be more concerned about her child. I'm walking around with them big sticks. That's what I'm saying, Christy. That's very odd to me. Don't be like Cheyenne harassing them. That's the truth. Yeah, because I didn't really want to talk about that subject either, but there's just a way of doing things. And this is what I've said to you all. No matter how you feel about Trezelle, Jacqueline, their immediate family that you think could possibly be involved or have knowledge of the children, where the children are, there's a way of doing things. And you can't make somebody talk to you. Because one, who are you for them to tell you anything? That's what people don't seem to understand about this case. It's like really no other case. You just think you're just going to walk up to a stranger and say, where are your kids at? Tell me where your children are. I want to know. Or now you're going in their inbox. Tell me where those kids are. Hey, then you go look up their mama, sister, cousin. Hey, tell me what your son's like, what your cousin's like. They're not going to talk to you. Why would they tell you that? I mean, that's just using common sense. These people feel like they don't owe you no explanation. They don't know you, so why should they tell you anything about what's going on? They're not going to tell you what they did with a kid. They're not going to tell you they sold a kid or killed a kid. And a parent's not going to tell you, oh, yeah, by the way, I've been knowing the children been missing. Yeah, I'm going to tell a stranger that in the inbox. I tell you, some people just don't think. These people don't owe nobody an explanation, and they're not going to tell nothing. They're just not. Oh, don't bother her. I'm talking about Trezelle's mother. That's why she said the bullhorns. Well, I remember the cops saying something about, telling them what not to be using and stuff to disturb the peace. Well, yeah, you can make it a living hell. But what you also have to remember, too, hottie stuff, it's a flip side to that. I'm going to make you talk. Oh, I'm trying to make you talk. And I'm going to bother you. But are you really bothering them? Because if they don't feel anything, they don't care. Two, you could bother them to where they decide to turn on you and bust you upside your damn head. Or come out there shooting. Just saying. Because we don't know them. And it's just like what I was saying to Chris Thorns earlier today. There's certain places you're just not getting ready to go roll up and ask somebody about their missing kids. And that's just the truth. Because when he was talking about, Memphis and everything, I understood what he said. I understood exactly what he meant. You just not getting ready to just walk up to somebody and start talking to them about their business. Yo, homeboy, tell me what happened. Where your kids at? See how that worked for you. I'm just saying. Because you have people out here who don't have nothing to lose, and they wouldn't mind going toe-to-toe with you. You all up in their Kool-Aid. Well, if they could start shooting, they could do anything, because what I keep telling you all, if this Trezelle decides to say to himself, it's looking bad for me and this girl, they know we guilty, it's only a matter of time they're gonna serve us a arrest warrant, and then here you come trotting up, hey, where the kids at? Where the kids at? He might just come out and say, you know what? I'm going to go all out. We get ready to do it Wild Wild West style. Just come out. You're right. Could start shooting, talking crazy, run up in your face, drag you out your car, beat out your car windows. Who's to say? Because we don't know these people. And he seems to be an odd duck. He's an odd duck. Now, like I tell you all, I joke a lot and I call them punks because in my mind, anybody that would take the life of a child is a punk, but that still doesn't mean that punk could not retaliate. Of course he could. Of course she could. I was nervous that they were going to do something harmful to the AV to live stream. I understand. You speaking facts, Queen. Thank you, dear. Okay, Marsha, now I understand. Okay, what's going on with y'all? Yeah, Marsha, yeah. But in the end, if these people feel like, hell, you bothering us, it don't matter that you's in the street. You still cussing and fussing and yelling and screaming. And as I state, you have other neighbors as well. They may not want to hear all that. Right, Pretty K said it. We don't know what they're capable of. And you don't. And then they can go get somebody else involved. Yeah, homeboy, I need you to come on over here. I got some folks sitting out in the car. They've been watching the house for 2 hours now. Oh, they done brought a gang of folks with them. They sitting out rallying. They filming shit. Woo, woo, woo. You don't know what these people are doing. Then that's California too. That ain't nothing but Bloods and Crips and all that. Honey, Queen ain't dead. Queen is not dead. You don't know who them rats know. Who want to call me? You might bite off more than you can chew. Exactly. Exactly. And they are in the West, so it sure enough can get wild, wild West out there. That little long ass fella could decide, you know what? They keep rolling up to my house, my mama's house, looking and lurking. I'll give them something to talk about. You don't know. And then you talking about, we just want to talk to you. Well, guess what? He might roll up and tell you, yeah, okay, come on, let's go talk. Let's go talk. And then he could get 2 feet from you and beat the hell out of you and blow your damn brains out. I'm just saying. I don't know if I would even trust being in the vicinity of trying to talk to Jacqueline or Trezell. I'm just gonna be truthful with you. I don't think I want to be that close. But I just wouldn't. I wouldn't want to be that close to them. If you are not an official on the case, leave those folks alone. Nitra. Well, and that's how some people feel. Yes. I mean, I feel like that because I just feel like, you know, I understand that people are upset and angry. I'm pissed off myself, but I know I'm not getting ready to go in nobody's inbox. Do you know how many people who I've had access to their Facebook pages when I talk about these stories? What I have to always tell myself is I'm not a law official. I'm not a detective. So I have to tread lightly if I just am curious to a story. I'm more would be talking to the victim's family than I will be trying to talk to the suspect or the suspect's family. I don't do suspect conversations and snooping around. I'm not trying to go call no suspect up. I'm not trying to call his or her mama. Hell no. Because I don't need you trying to, you know, set me up. Yeah, come on, we can go meet. We can talk. You feel me? And I don't look, and I don't come back. I don't come back and get seen. I just don't trust people. That's just who I am. I don't easily trust people. I don't believe the stuff that come out of people's mouths. So I would not want to talk to anybody who I think has had something to do with somebody's disappearance or murder. That's just who I am. It'd have to be a very, very neutral place for me to sit down and try to talk to you. You can mess up a case doing too much, then it won't be just for the victims. Well, and that's what I guess the law has been saying. The chief has been saying, you know, about people intervening. You can intervene as far as asking all the questions or whatever it is you're trying to do, but don't impede on the investigation. So he didn't specify what impeding was, but I guess you could use your own discretion. Their protest presence is enough without saying anything. Well, that's all you need. It's a peaceful vigil to get your point across. And you're letting the people know we're not going anywhere. We're going to keep fighting for these children. We're going to keep rallying for these children. We're going to keep posting pictures of these children. We're going to keep talking about these children. We're going to keep going to the news, keeping their names and their faces out there. That's what you do. Oh, Flouncy said, sorry, but I would if it were my kids. Okay, so Flouncy, you saying you'd be going to the suspect's house? I could see if it was my family. Now, some people may think that's cruel what I'm saying, because I have to be careful about what I say on this jukebox. I could see somebody who's related to the missing children, such as a mother, sister, and they're like, hey, where's my sister? Where's my brother? And they go to the person's house. But you still got to think about how that's going to look and can get out of control with other neighbors, because they can start complaining like, y'all come over here every day raising hell about this man or woman. It ain't that we thinking they right, but you're still disturbing the peace. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I say it's a flip of the coin when you start going to a house or a business and you're trying to say, hey, I think you did something to my friend, my loved one, whatever. And like I said, I can see somebody related doing that, because people have done that. They're like, hey, where's my brother? Where's my sister? They were last seen with you, and we don't believe what you've been saying. But when it's like outside people who are not related to the victim, some people can feel some type of way like, where is this going to go? My fear is only a worst case scenario. Okay, Denise Land said that's how you mess up a case too. Yeah, that's why I said everybody, is entitled to their opinion. My fear is that somebody would do something really terrible that they would say to themselves, these people keep coming to my house or coming to my apartment or going to my sister's apartment, whichsoever, and they might wait on you. That's how I think. That's just how I think. Did you see on AV video how they said the ground looked weird under that car in the yard? He said it looked like the ground being dug up or something. Yeah, I did, Christy. Nah, Angie, it will take about another century to cover all that desert. They need to be out there, not swept under the rug. No, I'm not talking about sweeping anything under the rug. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not talking about hiding stuff. I'm not talking about sweeping anything under the rug. I'm talking about going to these people's houses and standing out, saying stuff and hollering and screaming. That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying it can be a worst case scenario. I'm not saying not rally for the children. You can rally for the children across the street. You can stand in front of McDonald's and rally for the boys. I'm talking about going to these people's house all the time and think that something couldn't jump off. That's what I'm talking about. But in the end, like I said, everybody do what they want to do. You do what you want to do. I'm just saying, don't think that because you stepped up near somebody's house, on the property, at the fence, that they couldn't get jiggy. Right, Queen talks. Thank you. Hey, Queen, I see someone getting hurt soon. That's the point I'm making. And the case was to get messed up, then what will people say? They did not trespass. The police even said they were okay because it was public road. Okay. That's very possible, Queen talks. Well, like I said, I got 162 in the room, 117 thumbs up. Thanks for joining me. My thing is, like I said, everybody do what they want to do. You tread on this journey how you see fit. We already know nobody's forgetting about the boys. That's not even a problem. Well, hottie stuff, I hear what you're saying. I'm not trying to argue with you. Understand. Yes, Mr. AV and the news crew, AV news crew, have gotten things that we didn't know about these people. Like I said, a little bit of salt, a little bit of salt. All I'm saying is it could have a worst case scenario because we don't know Trezell and his family. We don't know the people that they know. That's what I'm saying. And in the end, if something is to pop off in California, what are we going to be doing? Talking about it and repeating it. Did you hear what happened in California? Did you hear what happened over there on 15th Street? What somebody did? I'm just saying. Because I'm not out there. And I'm a right fighter all day, but I also know I have to be careful how I tread, the things I say and do, because we have some people out here who are not mentally stable. Like I told you all before, you can get somebody to want to pop off. They don't even have anything to do with Trezell. They don't even have anything to do with the kids. They don't have nothing to do with nothing. It could just be some nut decide they want to immerse themselves in the case and just do something crazy. They will never tell nobody out there anything, period. How they dress is scary enough for me. Thank you. That's the truth. And Queen Talks, you said it. And I've already said that tonight in the live. Trezelle and Jacqueline don't feel like they owe anybody an explanation. And they don't. And they don't. I know some of you don't want to hear that, but they don't. So what do they care about you coming out there, banging on doors, yelling and hollering and screaming? Them folks don't care about nothing like that. You all up in the folks' inboxes. They don't care about that. They just gonna cuss you out, act stupid. They don't care. That's what you gotta understand. If these people killed the kid or sold the kid, you think they care about you being in their inbox and you banging on doors and knocking on Pookie's door, Ray door? Yeah, it's annoying because they know you out there watching and peeping, but they're soulless. The people are soulless. Well, Queen talks. Sorry about that. Yeah, I started buffering. There you go to messing with your live. It's okay, baby. I decided to take it off the charger because that charger might be interrupted. I'm not really sure. I told you anytime you talk about them folks, you go, I know it. It's shameful, ain't it? It's shameful. But I thank you all for joining me. And like I said, I'm not gonna do a long live, but that was on my mind tonight. Watching the relatives video, the cousin, Miss Queen Surreal. I was just, curious to what she had to say. Some of you all have recommended I talk, not talk to her, but go and pull up her video. So I was just curious to, say in her commentary. But there was some interesting things she said in there. So, and that Chalk thing is weird to me too, because I'm kind of thinking, where'd he get that from? Thinking the dog name is Chalk. That's weird to me. No, I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't have any reason to. For what? So the kids were playing with Chalk the dog, not Chalk the drawing. Denise! What's the spelling of the bio? Cousin's channel. First name Queen with 2 E's and 2 N's. Next word, I think Sorriel. If I'm not mistaken. We seek street justice, hottie stuff. Well, I understand. But you got to be able to ride the ride if you're gonna be on the street justice. You understand what I'm saying? Because you could be going in with a good heart and not be the violent type. See, that's the thing about the street justice. You could be going in good faith, but not wanting to get violent. But then when you get in, you might meet somebody that want to get violent and go toe to toe. So then what you gonna do if you really didn't go to the fight to fight? You understand what I'm saying? You're going to get answers, but you didn't really go to fight. These people may come back and say, I hear you. Okay, I'm back. That live broke up my, when you came in, it broke up my live for some reason. I didn't never do that before. Okay, what you got to say, Miss Lady? Hold on, let me, wait. Yeah, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Address a few people in the comment section.
Hold on.
So we can understand one another. Because like you said, the texting gets misconstrued. I have no issue with anybody protesting an injustice. But I do, however, know that you can mess up an entire case and people can walk because people trample evidence, people make up things, rumors get started, and people go over and beyond the law because they go off of emotions. Emotions don't win cases. Facts win cases. So for the people that saying, if it was me and what I would do, that's fine and dandy. But remember, at the end of the day, when you get in the courtroom, the jury doesn't go off of emotion. The jury goes off of fact. And no one should be harassing these people or their family. I don't care what anybody says, because we've seen it time and time before. If you don't believe it, then people need to go to the ID channel where people did the same exact thing with people that have killed people, raped people, or whatever. And then you have people that go over and beyond what they should do. They are not a police officer or in law enforcement, period. And then when the person gets off, everybody's saying, well, how did they get off? Because people overstep their bounds. That's what happens. You can overstep your bounds trying to do something decent, but you have to know that you always are taking a chance when you calling people, you're looking through windows, you're trailing people. They still have a right to defend themselves, no matter how much we might not like them from what we see. So I'm not understanding why people are telling me what they would do. I tell you what, let people keep on doing it, and then you find out if an indictment would be here. That's what people need to understand. Because you will give the defense more weapons to use and say, well, this person looked through Trezelle through a window. This person was calling Jacqueline's mom. This person was DMing me. Don't y'all know all that can be used? So I'm not understanding why people feel they have a right to do all this. Do you hear me?
I'm listening. I'm letting you talk.
I just don't understand where's the common sense. This is common sense. Somebody can get hurt trying to play detective.
Mm-hmm.
Then what? Then what? You know what they gonna say? Well, this fool was outside of my mama's door banging on the window.
Oh,
this fool was in my wife's brother's house or whatever. Common sense, people. You cannot go and interrupt these people's lives. It's not gonna make an indictment come any faster.
Mm-hmm.
So why are people not getting that? Because that's exactly what you're saying. Why are you not getting that? I don't understand their thought process. And I am of a family that have went through something similar to this, so I know how the story goes. So that's why I say when you overstep your bounds, sometimes the people get away because you're doing too much.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion, how they will handle certain things. And I'm not gonna keep saying it because I'm just one of them type of people. I'm tired of repeating myself what I have to say. But like I said, you do whatever you want to do out there, whoever you are. You grown, you do whatever you want to do.
Y'all keep on following them folks, and y'all keep on playing with them folks. And then when somebody's head get blowed off or they get fucked up, excuse me, Queen, then
no, you're right.
I want to know if y'all gonna be able to go to their family and tell them where they were just out there so that they can get these people.
Hold on. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Okay, go ahead, Nitra. Finish what you were saying.
Yes,
because I'm gonna get off here in a minute.
Agree because people are doing too much, but then if somebody gets hurt, everybody gonna be saying, well, they shouldn't have did it. Well, you should have had your ass out there fucking with them people.
Yeah.
Calling them people, harassing them people. It's not gonna make it become any faster.
Right. Well, my thing is they've already shown who they are. They're not gonna talk. So that's been proven. Now, like I said, if you want to watch them or whatever, cool. You can watch them. You can watch them all day. I mean, like I said, you might learn something if you watch.
Why would you be watching them?
Well,
why would I want to watch somebody that possibly killed children?
Well, I hear what you're saying, but I was just what I'm trying to say about that. Watching is might be safer than the standing out at the yard and following when they walk. You feel what I'm saying? But I also know that they can watch. They can look back and see me watching, and it can still be a problem.
Why would you put yourself in danger?
Well,
if you got,
I hear what you're saying.
You wouldn't put yourself in some type of danger, then holler something happened to you.
Yeah.
You see how that?
I know what, Nietzsche. You know I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
I ain't never seen such crazy and shit in all my. People walk when people do too much before a case gets started.
Yeah.
I stand it for a reason. You can do actually too much in the intent of doing good. If the by your mom family, them folks ain't out there doing all that, then why is everybody else doing it?
Yeah. You know, and I thought about that too. Watching the videos last night or whatever, I said, it's interesting. I don't see Ron Dean out there at the home or upset or, cussing and fussing. And I don't see any of her relatives that I know of finding their addresses. Because if they found it, it wouldn't be hard for her, her family and friends to find addresses as well.
Right.
Right. So I do think that's interesting.
Why everyday citizens who are not going to have protection just put themselves in danger and then say, well, I was doing it for the boys. We all want the boys home. Don't miss the point of what it's all about. But you cannot go over and beyond the law thinking you are the law. And, something going to happen because you there.
Yeah.
Think folks crazy.
Yeah. Well, I don't trust people. That's just one of my things. And I know people are not well. Okay, I'm gonna read what somebody said. If you keep following someone and recording someone and they're not doing anything wrong to you, they can say that you are stalking and harassing them. Yes, this is true. Yeah, this is true.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's probably what'll end up happening anyway. They're gonna get tired and they probably are gonna go say something to the authorities about them being on the just out there bothering them, even though it's a public street, a sidewalk, because the sidewalk is public domain. But they can say, well, they're out here for a reason.
They can be making flyers. They can start to, groups or whatever they want to do. All I'm saying is leave them folks alone before you end up somewhere and we don't know where you at.
Yeah. Well, that's why I got worried about everybody being over at that house. That kind of bothered me. When it first started off, people going to the house to look and lurk. Okay, that was different. But as time started going by, first thing I started thinking was, we don't really know what's going on with this couple. We don't know who they know. We don't know how deep this story is going to go as far as the disappearance of the children. Could some other people be involved? So now you're standing out here watching and filming. Could it be one night they get somebody to follow you home? That's what I was thinking of. Because why not? Oh, you want to be in my business? You walking around talking to the neighbors, banging on their doors, asking do they got cameras? I said I wouldn't be surprised if somebody got followed home and got hurt. Especially the guy who uploaded the video. He's definitely public enemy number one. He's definitely public enemy number one. Whether you guilty or not, he's looking at that man like, you are in my fucking business. And now you done went to a YouTuber, uploading a video, which like we said, good information. Ain't throwing no shade on that. Great information, but it ain't great for the person who gave up the video.
I don't understand.
That's the problem.
Don't let the police do whatever they need to do.
Well,
that's what the police for. That's what the detectives for. They don't need no extra help for nobody to harass the people, because then when the people get in court and say, well, this happened because of this and that, then people gonna look mighty stupid because they've done too much.
Okay.
We don't know who all kin to these weirdos, as we call them.
Yeah, because when I was watching the other video, I was watching another video he made this week. It was either him or AV News, and it was about the garage door. And some of the people was thinking to hell that they might have been in the house at the time, because some of the people in the chat was saying, go back to the beginning of your video. That door wasn't that ajar. You understand what I'm saying? So people was thinking that while they was out there filming them and showing, stuff about the balloons and the teddy bears being put in another place, they thinking that perhaps them motherfuckers could have been inside listening the whole time while they was out there filming. I said, ooh, now that was too creepy for me. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. That kind of creeped me out, Nietzsche. Oh.
I don't want nobody to get hurt. So that's why I said people don't understand that this is real life. This is not play a cop.
Yeah.
Play detective.
Yeah.
And you can get hurt. Leave them people alone. Stop.
Okay, play a cop. Nietzsche, you be talking some mess, girl. You said play a cop. I can't.
This is not play a cop. Listen, I'm going to do that. I tell you what. If you keep on begging for something, you eventually get it.
Well, it's like the old days, always seek and ye shall find.
Right.
That's old saying. Everybody know that. You go looking, you gonna find just what you looking for. It's the truth. Okay, good night. Good night. Be truthful. Thank you so much, honey.
For the children.
Right. I understand.
Because you can play a cop, and then you want to give your narrative. And your narrative might not have nothing to do with the case, because we have to remember, these are narratives. Narratives don't win cases. Facts.
Right.
See how that goes? No, we don't like to wait for them to be arrested. No, nobody. I'm not taking their side. I'm just saying you have to know what is lawful, what is not, and what's going to be helpful and what is not. And what people are doing is going to mess up a whole lot. Now, that's just my opinion, Queen. That's just me.
I understand. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Tina.
2 minutes. But I'm going to go back in the chat, but that's what I wanted to say.
Right. Thank you so much for joining me, baby, okay?
No, you're welcome. You have a good night.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye. Well, that was Nitra, you guys. That was Nitra. Yes, it was. Well, that was Nitra giving her opinion pertaining to people going on the ground trying to get information pertaining to this investigation. All I can say is I hope that everyone stays safe out there. That's going on the ground looking for clues and looking for the children, or whatever your motivations are, because I don't know what is going on out there, because I don't live out there. So I only know what's being uploaded to YouTube or whatever. But like I said, there are some children missing. It's nice to, you know, get a little info pertaining to these parents. But of course, I don't want it to be at the expense of someone's safety and their livelihood. But as I state, you do what you want to do out here pertaining to the children. If you want to go on the ground searching for the kids, if you want to do the vigils, whatever you do is your business. You're an adult. But all I can say is just be careful with whatever decisions you make pertaining to getting involved in the search for these missing boys. It's a harrowing story. It's a weird story. And it seems like every day that somebody brings some type of information or version or he said, she said, it's just weird. These people are weird. Okay, Nicole, have a good night, baby. Have a safe week. Well, I'm not going to stay on much longer, but I'm glad that you all joined me. I got 141 in the room, 123 thumbs up. Yeah, you have to be safe because you're talking about some people that you don't know anything about. We don't know exactly what happened to the children. So, my ice cream, yes. Thank you, Alexis. We don't know these people. We don't know anything about these people, what they got going on out there in California. Hell, anywhere else in the globe. I mean, because it's too dangerous. Well, Tasha, of course, because you don't know these people. We don't know anything about these people to be poking around and banging on doors and mailboxes. And like I said, like Nitra, she made her point, hell, why watch? But I said, well, watching is safer. But the flip side of that is, at some point, a person, can come out and be looking and like, okay, I've noticed that car sitting there. They've been sitting there a while. Okay, are they using a camera? Okay, are they filming me? Okay, are they zooming in? And who's to say what they might do? Might just walk up. Because you have seen news reporters get hurt asking a question to a person during a live interview. I watched a woman in Virginia get gunned down on a camera. The woman got gunned down on a live feed, news feed. And that's a horrible thing to watch. It's somebody doing their job and somebody comes up and shoots them right there on a damn live screen. And she was a reporter for the news, not a random person. She was doing her job. So you see, you don't know these people out here in the street. You can go up and ask a random person something about anything. They don't have to have anything to do with the case or a storyline. You could just be saying, well, were you here? Did you hear any noise? Did you hear anything? That could cuss you out and get mad because you have people like that who have nasty attitudes. They don't care about nothing. So here you come asking, and you actually are a reporter and you work with the news. But they don't care because they looking at you like, why the hell you asking me? Now you factor in, you have something invested with the storyline. That's your relative, your friend. You understand what I'm saying? You go asking and prodding. Somebody want to start talking crazy to you because you just don't know people. You just don't know these people out here. And a lot of people, like I said, who have worked with the news industry have gotten hurt inquiring about said storylines. People who have come up in investigations for murder, disappearances, fraud, and they have not been too kind to those people. Snatched doing the same thing, put them doing on the news evidence and all that. Yeah, Queen, that's what I'm saying. So you really don't know people out here. And they will go find you because you've been investigating a story. These people will go find your address, your home, where you live, where your kids stay. A lot of people have done this. They have taken it to a whole new level because you were just doing your job. You were doing your job. I'm not saying a random person asking questions about a case. I'm talking about a news source. A reliable news source just going out, asking questions. Now they've got somebody threatening them, calling the news station, getting their extension, trying to wait on them when they come out from the job. See, you don't know people. People are crazy out here and they are diabolical. And you got people get mad at a story that a news reporter might report on, and they don't even got nothing to do with them, and they take it personal. And they now threatening the people at the news station and writing nasty letters to them and all kind of crazy stuff. You see how the world is right now? The stuff that people are doing, vandalizing businesses and convention halls. Because these people are crazy out here. I'm headed too, but this time I listened because I've seen that they were playing games with Steve, sending him on these hunts. Yeah. And that's why I said how a person wants to tread according to the children is their choice. How far they want to go off onto the leads, that is a choice. All I'm saying is to anybody wanting to get immersed into this case, they need to tread lightly and be careful because you don't know any of these said people that's involved with this case. You don't know the parents. You don't know who they know. You don't know where it can lead, because that's the whole point of the story. 2 children are missing. We don't know where they are. We don't know what evidence the police and the FBI has. So who's to say if it is a really serious trafficking ring or whatever it could be, and you stumble across something, and now somebody know that you know something. Now they looking for you, all because you was just out asking questions, and now somebody feeling some type of way. And we just live in a world where people are like that. They don't care that you want to be invested because they're not looking at you like that. They got to knock you off then. Right. And people do get knocked off. Let's just keep it real. These remains that have been found in the desert lately, the ones that were found 2 weeks ago, well, guess what? Those belong to somebody. You think that person crawled out there and died out there on their own? The remains that were found a few days ago, well, those belong to somebody. Do you see where I'm going? And you want me to think these 2 separate remains in the past 2 weeks were just somebody went out to the desert and laid down because they were bored? Right. Anitra, we don't know all the players in the game. We don't. If you mess with their cash flow, right, that's another thing. Let me tell you, California borders dangerous places such as one place specific, and that's Mexico. And when you are dealing with the cartel, let's just keep it real. I'll just throw them out there. They don't care nothing about what you're looking for. They don't care nothing about what you're trying to talk about. And that cartel, whether separate entities or not, down there in Mexico and abroad, they gets down. And they'll put you down. So if you come a knocking, they're going to give you just what you're looking for. And those people play real dirty. And I noticed that when I was looking for information about the bodies that was found in Tijuana and trying to see if it had anything to do with these children. So when I was going in there looking, doing my searching 2 weeks ago or so, all I kept coming up was all these deceased people found there. You're right. Right, Nitra. All these stories kept coming up. That story about the burnt bodies, I couldn't find it for some reason. Because what I was using was dead and old, but that's a whole nother story. But the point I'm saying is, all these stories kept popping up about dead folks, dead folks, dead folks. And I was like, damn, they killing them folks like that down there. So when I thought about that, I can now tie that into what's going on here, whether it has something to do with it or not. You have people who are evil, and they don't mind knocking you off. They don't mind harming you. They don't mind harming your family, because if you have a cold spirit, you heartless, you don't give a damn about nobody. And it doesn't matter if it's about kids or what it's about. 300 Mexican girls missing. Right. And those people believe, some of those people in the cartel believe in Santeria. For those of you who are familiar with that, I guess it's like a form of hoodoo, voodoo. They are out here killing innocent people as a sacrifice to bring them wealth, to bring them more prosperity into the trade. And they believe in that. And whether you believe in Santeria, voodoo, or whatever, you always got people who will fixate on something and it's real to them. And it's like anything. The scripture tells you, you speak it and it shall be so. So you keep thinking Santeria, Santeria, it might come into fruition. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That if a person believes whatever they're hearing, that's their ideology. So if they believe in that, that's what they believe in. And if they think, oh, I need to go knock off somebody to bring me wealth, prosperity, then I will. And those people down there don't care anything about their people down there in Mexico. That's obvious from all these dead bodies they've been finding. Just innocent, random people. Even foreigners, people going to visit, thinking they're going on vacation to have a good time. They've been down there found dead, missing. So see, them people are sinister. It's a lot of sinister people out there. Period. Period. So we don't know how far this story goes. I don't know where it's going to lead to, where it's going to tie up to. But all I'm saying is anybody that wants to, immerse themselves in this situation, just be careful, because we don't know Trezell and Jacqueline and their entities and the people they fool with. And another thing, we don't know outside parties who might want to just get jiggy and go off because they can. And you have a lot of people like that they don't care nothing about nothing. They ain't got nothing invested in the story, but they want to get involved and they want to play mind games and trickery. And frankly, that's what I've been seeing with these people on the ground trying to get answers. There have been some evil people planning little things because they have an evil spirit and they're heartless. And they are of the same like mind as Trezell and Jacqueline. Thanks for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, drop your comments below. This is Everyday Shenanigans. You all have a great week. Bye-bye.